Coming to you from Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge in Ingalls, Indiana, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. It's Final Third Friday.
Welcome back to Final Third Friday. I'm Rob.
And I'm Isaiah.
And today we're going to do a pairing on a new cocktail that we're going to be starting to serve here. It's called a Toronto. It's kind of a change of the old, not the old fashioned, but the Manhattan.
Yeah.
Instead of using vermouth, you use Fernet. And I've already tried it on a few people. And today's Isaiah's first chance to try it. And I think it's going to be a good alternative and also a good alternative to our cocktail list.
I will tell you it's good. It does that same sort of almost medicinal thing that a Manhattan does do, but it doesn't have that acidity, which would actually blow your palate for a cigar.
Right.
So it's actually going to be a great pairing. So today we're pairing the Crown Heads Juarez, which is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper over Ecuadorian binder and Dominican and Nicaraguan filler. This is actually one of my go-to sticks. I keep these around all the time.
Yeah, I mean, this
at
is
their price
sub-
point, $7.59 each. You kind of, I don't think you can go wrong with it. You're talking medium to full bodied on it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And this one is the OBS size, so it's just like maybe a little bit smaller than a Robusto.
Yeah.
Similar ring gauge, but I think it might be an actual Robusto. Cocoa
and like dried fruit sweetness.
Yeah, a little bit of that too. I'll try to go a little deeper in the cut without destroying it.
There you go.
So we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today, I think.
Couple good
We'll
things
find out
at
as
least.
we get into it.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to light this bad boy
Let's
up.
do it.
We got coffee, we got cocktails, we got cigars. It's a good way to start the day.
Yeah, it's we're trying to get our lives going today.
Yes.
So just gotta combine your caffeine, your nicotine, and your alcohol, and it's a recipe for the perfect day.
It pretty much is. As long as you start before noon, it's the perfect day.
Sadly, we're slightly afternoon.
Well, we already know for sure today can't be any worse than yesterday was. So yesterday's a bad day.
Yesterday was a terrible day.
A rough
for me.
day, I should say. Which we're not getting in detail, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I give them a little bit.
Okay.
I woke up in yesterday morning, which was the 25th, and there was a dead cat in my yard. It's just the omen. Like I think
the whole day.
I think it was a sign for how my day was going to turn out. Didn't even end up being able to come into work yesterday.
Yeah.
All the things. So, Lord willing, today will be a much better one.
It's starting out pretty good.
Starting out pretty
Drinking
good.
a cigar
yeah.
and
I
try to get mine going here.
Yeah, this Juarez it does kind of that waxy chocolate note for me.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of black pepper on the retrohale, but it's not spicy for me right now.
Yeah, it's to me there's more of a kind of a leather kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
But not like a shoe leather, but more like a dark, richer leather.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things last week we were talking about
Was the flavored
was
Boveda.
the flavored of Boveda.
Yeah.
So for science, we went ahead and started it.
So Rob, when I left Saturday, that Boveda pack did not look like it was trying to do anything, and now it's just.
It absorbed all the whiskey we put in the bag. And
How long did that take?
I think actually once it penetrated, it was just gone. It was going.
This Boveda pack literally smells like JTS Brown.
Exactly. And
I'm
the
actually
cool thing
surprised
is-
that the Boveda pack held up to the alcohol. I really thought it was going to degrade the pack in some way.
Well, and the funny thing is, these have only been in this box for maybe 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah, so we've got some Tarascan Robusto in this box. So
Yeah.
If these turn out well, Rob and I will smoke 2, and then probably the first. How many are in there?
There's 6 in there.
And then the first 4 that comment will get a free JTS Tarascan.
There you go. There you go. But we'll probably smoke. We'll try to see how the aromas are hitting the cigars next week.
Yeah.
And if they're good to go, we'll smoke them next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or the following. I'm probably gonna have to let them dry out a little bit because they are a little bit wet. So
yeah,
so that was kind of cool.
That Boveda pack is like a pillow in there.
Now I will say I'm not condoning flavoring cigars.
No.
Or even dipping them in your whiskey and stuff like that. You do you. If that's what you like to do, that's no problem. But that's not me. This is just kind of a fun experiment because, Buzzboy over here was thinking about it one day.
No. We're not thinking about it. We're doing it. That's
exactly.
We're doing it. This week, we got in some leather Claro cases, which are actually wonderful. Checking these out, I was surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised at the quality. Everything Claro makes is fantastic. So it's what's this, like a 5 or 6 cigar? Five cigar. It's actually rigid in there, so your cigars aren't going to get crushed. It looks like a little DOP kit for the people on the podcast, but on the other side of it, you have space for your lighters, your cutters. You can
and I can confirm you can get an SV cutter in there, and you can get the full size Ascari lighter.
That's amazing.
Most lighters and cutters are going to fit.
And there's a little front pouch on there, so if you got a little field notes book or something like that you want to take along with you, you could also put your love letters to your lady. Or your man in there.
You could.
Know? So
and it's I believe he said it was made with Italian leather, and you can feel the quality of the leather in that thing. But the nice thing too is that the case inside for the cigars is actually hard.
Yeah.
So you're not going to squish your cigars at all.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're throwing this into a backpack, you don't have to worry about the condition of your
flap
cigars.
is hard. It's solid, and then you got the hard case inside that's keeping them separated.
Rob loves a hard flap.
Okay. All right then.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
But we've got this
place with Rob today.
With brown and in black. And what's the price point on these?
$100.
$100.
$99.99.
Just a very elegant way to bring your cigars to your next golf outing.
Exactly.
To your next vacation. Though I don't know why you'd only be bringing 5 on vacation. Well, you're supposed to wake up and smoke, and then have lunch and have another smoke, and then dinner and smoke. That will last you like a day and a half, maybe, if you're on vacation.
Or morning.
It would be a morning for you, Rob.
Morning, yes.
Yeah. But absolutely
we're excited.
Beautiful case.
So we got those in, the ones we showed last week with the big green and black one. We've got those in now too. We have a limited stock because they're down the road here and they take up a lot of space in the back. So if you do come in and want one and we don't have it, I can get it in here within a few days.
Yeah.
So we'll get it to you for sure. But these are awesome. My sister Tam, she bought one, and she bought the 40 count one, and we ordered it in the brown, but I wasn't paying attention when I ordered it. It's actually made with the same quality leather as that as a cover, as opposed to the wood finish. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. And it's the same price, $129.99.
Dang.
So
that is cool.
It is cool.
So it's a leather
bound. It's just basically the leather's beat over all the wood, so it still has all the Spanish cedar inside. It's beautiful.
That's a cool look.
So I'll show you here in a little while, but yeah, so we have all those in here now from Claro. You also know them as Case Elegance. So
yeah,
and we've already sold a few.
The cases are elegant.
Cases are elegant.
Very elegant cases. Rob, what's the status on the cigar for you? You getting anything? How's it pairing with the drink for you?
The cigar itself is a little milder than I remember. Seems very, very mild right now. But I do like the way that the Fernet pops out of that.
Yeah. So it's bringing chocolatey note in there, but it's also mixed with almost like that citrus is coming through strong on the cocktail. What's this called again?
And the only citrus you're getting in that
is from the peel.
The peel only, yeah. That's what's
But it makes
it's
a
called
big
a
difference.
Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. You can tell where I've been.
Well, there's so we had our new rep from Johnson Brothers come in. Really nice guy.
Shout out.
We got to hang out with him for a little while. His name's John Gross. He's going to come hang out more because he kind of liked the vibe. And
Cool.
I made this because I was at lunch and I saw this in the magazines. And so I came back here and kind of played with it a little bit. Made one. And he said, "What is that?" I told him a Toronto. And he's like, "Man, I have not seen a Toronto in a bar around here ever." And he said, when we were in Lafayette, that was one of my signature cocktails as a mixologist up there. And he's like, so I let him try it. He's like, "Dude, that's really good."
That's
I'm like,
cool.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it could be a good thing that you might not see around here, but if you like a Manhattan and you like an old fashioned, this is probably somewhere in between.
Yeah, I had never had one until Rob made it for me today. And
It's definitely for
Just a
someone that
great
doesn't,
drink.
like our regular old fashioned is a little sweet.
yeah, this does not lean sweet. This is
No.
actually very balanced.
Yeah. So this one, the cool thing is, if you do like it sweeter, all you gotta do is say a little extra simple, and this thing would actually be more like an old fashioned with that Fernet note. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I do like that cocktail.
Yeah, I am really excited about the JTS Tarascan. I can't believe that Bovida pack held up to being literally submerged
I
in
thought
bourbon.
all that Bovida paper was just gonna disintegrate.
I thought so too, man. Shout out to you, Bovida. I don't know if you know this, but your packs, once they're dried out, will soak up bourbon.
Yes, they will.
Every bit of it.
All right, so here, let's go ahead and get into some things. So I'm listening to another podcast here this week.
Would you like to put them on blast?
Nah, I mean,
Okay.
it's a podcast from another store. They also do online stuff like that too, so you can probably figure it out. But they were talking, and they said one of their pet peeves is when someone comes in their shop, or a homeless guy, for example, comes in their shop and starts digging through the ashtray, pulling cigar butts out of the ashtray, and then lighting them up and smoking them. And I'm like, well, number one, are your ashtrays really filling up that much where there's cigar butts hanging out, people come grab them?
They're
Like, clean your freaking ashtrays. If you have a shop and a lounge, clean your ashtrays. When someone gets up after they're done, clean it. If it fills up while they're smoking, clean it.
I mean, that is the logical way to eliminate that.
Well, it's the right way to do it, too, because you've been in lounges where there's ash hanging everywhere. It looks trashy. It smells trashy.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, clean those things out, man. Put a little whiff out in the bottom and make your day better. I just didn't get that.
I can't imagine hopping on a podcast and acting like you are doing everything right and trying to get people to stand in solidarity with you over the fact that you don't clean out your ashtrays at your lounge.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. I mean, yes, it is. It is weird to dig through an ashtray, grab a cigar, but
easily
you shouldn't have that.
I mean, it's something that's easily avoidable.
Yeah,
just clean them out.
Yep.
Like a customer leaves, go pick up the ashtray and clean it out.
Yep.
If you see an ashtray getting full because a bunch of people are sitting at a table and all using it, just clean it out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna die. I promise you.
And you're gonna give your customer a better experience too.
Yeah.
Which is the focus.
I mean, the last thing you want to do is ash your cigar in a tray and then end up picking up someone else's ash on the outside of your wrapper.
Yeah.
Like I've been at places where you roll off the ash in the ashtray and you just end up painting your cigar with someone else's ash.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
It is. It is. But on the flip side, don't dig through people's ashtrays and grab their cigars and smoke someone else's cigar. Smoke your own.
Yeah, that is nasty.
That is a PSA, but the other part's the problem.
Yeah.
So there you go. Some other news. I think you may have brought this up. The Jack Daniel's dog toy Did you see that?
I did see that, but we didn't bring it up on here.
Okay, it's pretty funny. So this company called Bad Spaniels Old Number 2 Tennessee Carpet Cleaner. And if you can, I don't know if you can see it or not.
So it's a Jack Daniels,
But it looks just like it. Yes.
dog toy.
Yeah, without Jack Daniels on it, the only thing you have that looks like it's just a bottle looks like it, but it's a chew toy.
Well, and
It's
all of the logoing, like you're definitely supposed to look at it and think, oh, Jack Daniels. you know?
exactly. And
I mean, no one else has a square bottle like that.
no, or a square toy in this example. Rubber toy or whatever the heck this thing is.
Yeah.
But so Jack Daniels is suing them. So isn't that great?
And it's over a trademark infringement?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if you can trademark the shape of a bottle or a shape of a logo, though.
You actually can trademark the shape of a bottle.
Okay.
But I think it would have to be glass or plastic for them to win that, and have to be fillable.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
I would think it'd be similar use is what you have to have.
Yeah.
So
Well, and the other thing is you can trademark a name in one realm and it'd be completely different for something else. So if I wanted to let's say Moondrops is already in the spirits realm. That's a neighbor distillery. I could be Moondrops what would I do? I could be Moondrops Dog Toys, and that wouldn't be bad. They don't have that name in that specific.
Moondrops Pooper Scoopers.
Moondrops Pooper Scoopers, baby. Come on. So they don't have the rights to the name across the board unless they've specifically designed it that way.
Right.
But as a general rule, I could be final third, whatever.
Yeah.
Just not another cigar and whiskey lounge.
And in all honesty, the bank Fifth Third could come out here and say, you guys are infringing on our rights because it sounds too much like our brand. They could probably try to fight that. Now, it'd be absolutely stupid because I'm like one guy. But
I'll be your lawyer,
and the terminology means it's different. But, I mean, how many times have you heard people come in here and go, oh, I'm here at Fifth Third? I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
But it's just habit because that's what you remember.
Are you getting a loan? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You get a loan, come here and buy some cigars.
Hey, yo, we'll set you up a Final Third credit card. You let us know.
Lisa's over. Yeah, the accountant thought that was great.
Yeah.
She's like,
Are we doing we get, when I worked at Cabela's, Lisa, we had the Cabela's club card. We could do the Final Third club card. Like every purchase gets you 2% points in shop.
Actually, that would be a good royalty program.
Yeah.
Every time you come in, you scan the card, and it registers that you're the one getting your information there, and it puts points back on the card for you. Instead of you redeeming every time you come in, you get whatever small percentage. You build these up to where you get at one point you get a free box of cigars if you wanted to hold it that long. That's actually a good idea.
Are you gonna manage a credit card?
Hey, Lisa, figure that out, okay?
Or just
it'd be a loyalty card. It wouldn't be a credit
loyalty.
card.
Okay,
it would just be putting points back on it.
So you're gonna be like, hey, do you have your what would be the Final Third equivalent of the Speedy Rewards card?
Exactly. The sit down and slow down card, not the Speedy Rewards.
Yeah, that's a bad name.
This is going to take
catchy,
you
Rob.
6 years to get a box, but by God, you can do it. No.
Big picture.
See, and that's how this relationship works.
Yeah.
I come up with the big ideas, then Lisa gets figuring it out.
Lisa figures it out.
Oh,
get your Fifth Third Rewards card.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be that would actually be cool.
We could even make the card look like a Fifth Third bank card with our logo on it.
You don't want to poke the bear, Rob.
You're true. That's true.
You're true.
You're true.
You're true.
So, another story, and this is actually kind of one of the serious ones. So, New Mexico here recently is had the cigar tax cap removed. So, what that means is they had, I believe it was a 52 cent or something like that cap on a cigar. Every cigar under, say, $4 is going to be a higher tax rate than once you get to that $4 mark on a cigar. It's 52 cents no matter what. That is big to have, because if you have that cap in place, now all of a sudden when I give a 10% off everyday discount and my box price in there, I'm back to online prices. So we can compete with online that way.
Yeah.
Without that cap, now New Mexico is going to be throwing in some stupid tax laws where they're going to be jumping this probably 70, 80% or something stupid.
That's terrible.
And now it's going to cripple the industry where people will never buy there to get their cigars. They're going to be buying elsewhere, and it puts more people online.
I mean, and the hard part is the big online companies also have money in the cigarette industry. Like,
some of them do, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about General, Scandinavian, like,
they're all around tobacco.
Yeah, I mean, they don't just do cigars. So when you go and support them, you're also supporting that.
Yeah.
In some roundabout way. But it doesn't help small businesses to remove tax caps like that. Because then you end up with small local business that cannot keep up with the Amazon of cigars.
Well, and I bring this up because right now there's legislation on the table in Indiana to bring in a tax cap, which will help us a lot. Because if we get that, I think their proposed initially was 72 cents. If we get that tax cap, it's really just a little bit over $4. Every cigar you buy that's above that should come down in price in Indiana, because right now we're at 24% plus any other fees the government decides to throw at you.
Yeah.
Every cigar when you buy it. So a $10 cigar, or if it costs $10, that's $12.40 before we even start.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of a nightmare the way the government plays that. So hopefully the thing that discourages me about this is they put the tax cap in place to help with this, and then they pulled it back, hoping somehow to make more money on taxes, but all it's going to do is make the state less money because people are going to buy less there.
And here's the deal. I would be fine if they did it in more of a categorized manner. Like, if it wasn't just tobacco in general, like, let's say you have a tax cap on premium cigars.
Yeah.
That'd be a different story, because was this cigars or was this tobacco all across the board?
This is cigar tax cap.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's just rude then.
Yeah.
You're rude. New Mexico, you're terrible.
Well,
nobody likes you.
I mean, we're all, out there. You're towards the West Coast on that, probably similar mentality. Not quite the same, but probably similar mentality of California. And, California is trying to outlaw buying cigar after you've been born in 2006 and beyond.
Yeah.
They're trying to outlaw it. I mean, we're adults. We
Can
make
you
our own
imagine
freaking decisions.
policing that? Like, I see a guy who looks like he was born after 2006 with a cigar, even though he's 21 now. Like, what are you going to do with that?
It is absolutely stupid.
I remember when Mike Bother, shout out to him.
Shout out.
When he was out there, he had the hardest time finding a place to smoke a cigar.
Yeah, and that's, and every state's got different rules too. I mean, Kentucky, you can't smoke inside. So even if you own a cigar shop and a cigar lounge and that's all you have,
like you own the
can't
building,
smoke inside.
Everything. You can't.
That building could be in the middle of a freaking field and you still couldn't do it. So, all right. Last story I've got on the news here, which is, this one is absolutely stupid. So everyone in the cigar world has seen like NFL teams or NBA teams, or like Joey Burrow back at LSU during the national championship game, the Georgia team. All these teams, after they win a big game, are lighting up cigars.
Absolutely. Celebrate.
Joey Burrow did it in Mercedes-Benz down in, I think it was in New Orleans when they did that game.
Yeah.
Indoor arena, no smoking, lit up a cigar, went in the locker room, lit up a cigar. Everyone's like, yeah, we won a championship. Great, great, great.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they had to clean a little bit out, whatever they had to do. No fines were placed on that. These guys just won a championship.
Yeah.
How awesome to celebrate.
Yeah.
So the NCAA, in their magical fashion, jumps in, and they suspend a football coach because players light up victory cigars. This is, of course, not Division I football, because why would you do that to Georgia or LSU or Alabama or Ohio State? Any of these teams are going to win championship.
So they're doing
No, this is Ferris State University that won their championship.
Where's Ferris State out of?
I don't know,
I've never even heard of them.
but I'm assuming they're they're either here it is, Division II. So they are Division II. Okay. So this is okay, and I don't mean this in any derogatory way. We have to have divisions based on school size and everything else. But this is the equivalent of saying varsity football team at high school wins a game, goes out and gets drunk, but you know what? They're the varsity team. They're okay. We're not going to give them any problems. JV goes out, wins a championship. You're like, nope. You guys are in trouble.
Well, I mean,
And the coach he's actually has to next year. It's not just like you're suspended for whatever. He's suspended for a game in the championship series. So he's like, once they get to the playoffs,
They're done.
That's when he's not able to coach. I'm like, well, in college football, usually, I don't know how theirs works in Division II, but you have a lot of bowl games, or you have like a championship game for your division.
yeah.
That could cost him a chance to win it because of that one thing, because his players won something and smoked a cigar.
I mean, and
insane.
it really does feel that same way as like the JV or the varsity team getting special treatment.
Yeah.
And it's like they're mad about it for everybody except like the varsity team, where they bring in a little bit more revenue.
Yeah, hookers,
So it's
whatever you need.
It's okay for them.
Yeah.
That-
JV gets hookers. Or varsity gets hookers.
Why are you talking about hookers?
I'm just saying that would be fine.
I hardly-
JV, you get someone delivering hamburgers, you're probably in trouble. Oh, all right, never mind.
Yeah, Rob, that's
All
just
right.
rough, man. That's rough.
That is rough. So, buddy, old pal. Hey,
Buddy,
Lisa,
old
you have
pal.
you have the treats over there. Could you hand me the treats?
Yeah.
So-
Scott Johnston.
So Scott Johnston brought treats to celebrate this guy right here.
This guy, but he
Which
ate
you,
them all.
You can tell a lot of people already eating on them. So there you go.
6 in there.
So
Thank
Scott
you.
brought those for you. So this last week was not only Isaiah's birthday,
Yeah.
but what else happened this week, bud?
Well, supposedly,
Allegedly.
I got engaged.
Congratulations,
So
man.
she said yes. She was really shocked.
She was really drunk.
No,
No,
she
okay,
wasn't.
good,
It was
good.
like 10 in the morning, Rob.
Okay.
Don't look at
I don't know
me
what that
like
means.
No, and she was super happy. I'm glad I was actually able to surprise her.
That's
cool. Mike Bother, again, shout out to Bother
Heck
Visuals.
yeah.
Did photos for it.
Captured the moment well, was hidden in the woods.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's amazing. So
Yeah.
if you need a
that's
photographer,
really cool.
videographer, hit up Mike.
And that's
He's
the
the
thing.
man.
Isaiah had kind of a crap day yesterday, but last week was a pretty damn good week for you.
Oh, it was. Yeah, that's for sure.
Turned 25
24.
or 4.
4.
My God, you're young, dude.
I know.
Yeah, so turned 24.
24.
Get engaged.
Yeah.
And then that was
That's
probably the best part of it all.
Yeah, that's it. Dude, I went to Fox Garden. I will tell you, Fox Garden steaks compete with the best of them in like downtown Indy.
See, I've not had any of their steaks yet.
Oh my gosh.
I always fall in love with something else there when I look at the menu.
I mean, it's all good. It's all good.
Now, did you get the greens?
I didn't get the greens this time. I
Oh.
love their collard greens.
Their greens are
So I
amazing.
got their black and blue New York strip.
That's right up Lisa's right there.
I got the black and blue New York strip with their asparagus and mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
And I have never had a more perfectly cooked and seasoned steak at a restaurant.
Huh, so we're going to have to go down there and have you try
I'm
that.
telling, and I mean, it's expensive, but it's not awful. Like
Dude.
downtown prices.
Everything's expensive.
Yeah, I mean,
We went
My
and
black and
got
blue-
omelets. We actually got custom omelets. By saying custom, I had like 2 ingredients to it. And my omelet was almost $20.
Yeah, that's rough.
And I'm like, I mean, that's just going to a regular restaurant and getting breakfast.
As far as like good steaks go, and Fox Garden is a scratch kitchen, and they swear by that. The oldest thing in that kitchen was made yesterday.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So that steak, like they get them, they butcher them themselves. Like they're actually cutting the steak.
I didn't realize they did that.
So
that's cool.
But that New York strip was only like $32.
That's actually not expensive at all.
The other thing is at Fox Garden, they have a cocktail, which is like a pretty standard cocktail, but they do it extremely well. It's the Gold Rush.
I'm ahead of you.
It's
Goldschlager?
No, it's like think about like a whiskey sour, no egg white, and instead of simple to sweeten it, you're using honey.
Ooh.
So it's like bourbon. I think they use Jefferson's Ocean in it. They use bourbon, lemon juice, honey. I love them. I had way too many of them. And,
so 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounce freshly squeezed juice from a lemon, and 3/4 ounce of honey, and that's it.
Yeah,
that'd be an easy cocktail to make. We should try that.
Well, I will help you in R&D.
I mean, honestly, it just sounds like it's a whiskey sour instead of simple using honey.
Yeah. So the only thing that you have
Except
to make
a lot more juice,
especially for it, is honey syrup, which basically means
you gotta water down honey.
Yeah, it's watered down honey just so that you can actually get it off a spoon and make it integrate with a cocktail.
And it mixes well because you're mixing it in cold.
Yeah. So no, man, I love a good Gold Rush, and they do it really well.
Well, we'll make some hot water, and I've got honey over there. We can play around with that.
Yeah, we can.
Because I'm thinking about trying to. Because I've said this before. I don't want to become a bar. I don't want to become a cocktail bar.
Yeah.
But I want to have some good cocktails that actually do pair with cigars, or just good cocktails if you're not a cigar person.
Yeah.
That being said, I've got a couple I want to add this year because. I mean, honestly, our old fashions, all 4 of them really do well.
Yeah.
Actually 5, because she's got that apple cider whiskey, which is super, super sweet.
Terrible.
But people love it, man. They sold like
here's
4 bottles
my
of it
commercial for the apple cider old fashioned. Do you want your cocktail to taste like simple syrup and a hint of apple cider? Would you like the LaCroix of simple syrups?
It's actually
try Final Thirds apple cider.
It's literally an old apple cider, like a spiced apple cider with a lot less apple cider and whiskey.
Because you're having a hard time selling this.
Well, because you have a cinnamon stick in there, you got your cherry. So there's a lot of flavor, but it's definitely a sweet cocktail.
It's a sweeter cocktail. It leans confectionery rather than like the kind of darker sugars, just because of the nature of the apple cider whiskey.
Exactly, yeah.
There's a lot of people that really like that.
They do.
It's not a cocktail for me, admittedly, but it is a cocktail for a lot of people. I'm here 2 days a week, and like today, 1 day a week. But I'll normally make like 2 or 3.
We have a Sunday crew that comes out.
Yeah.
That for the longest time, they would literally, it was really like 5, 6 of them. They would all order them, and as soon as you got done with the first batch, they were ready for their second batch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we went through 2 bottles of apple cider whiskey today. Let's go.
I remember when I think that was. Who came through with that? Whatever the distributor was came through with that apple cider whiskey.
I think it's Jeff Wilcox from Carroll Wine.
I think that's who that sounds right. Yeah, so he came through with that apple cider whiskey, and I tried it, and I was like, oh.
But you're like me. You don't like flavored whiskey.
I don't do liqueurs. Like, I don't do whiskey specialties, like none of that stuff. And Lisa said, I love that. And I was like, well, there's a market for it.
Yeah, there really is.
So,
yeah. And honestly, with a cigar, sometimes a nice sweet cocktail is good. Especially for me, it's more if I get the Angostura bitters and the cherry, the dark cherry.
Yeah.
You pull some good notes out of your cigar.
Well, and the other thing is, if your cigar, and there's a couple in the humidor, well, there's actually more than a couple, like the type of cigars that kind of dry you out a little bit with the flavors, not the ones that make your mouth water. Like those cigars pair extremely well with cocktails that lean sweeter.
Right, exactly.
Just because they're providing that balance and kind of,
well,
I would say fighting with the cigar, but they're just adding to it and giving it some sort of sweetness that'll linger on your palate.
On the opposite end of that too, with a flavored cigar, because they want flavored.
Yeah,
a flavored drink should be what you pair with that too, because otherwise, I mean, on the flavored side of cigars, it doesn't pair to go opposite. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go with a medicinal rye with a fat bottom Betty.
Yeah.
It's just, they're not going to work. So that's where you do the old fashioned with the full simple syrup and all that in it, and it's sweet. Or the blackberry amaretto or whatever.
Okay, so I'm drinking this Toronto right now. Mm-hmm. So think about this. Absinthe spritz.
Dude, wait. Oh, I've already been doing it.
You have?
Dude, I've got some amazing absinthe drinks right now.
Oh, dang.
An absinthe and Fernet drink.
Okay.
It's going to change your life later, buddy.
Who turned you into mixologist in a week? What
man,
the heck,
I've been playing around.
Lisa was telling me on Wednesday you were drinking heavy. Passed out.
No, that wasn't why I passed out, but different story there. But no, actually, I started doing a deep dive on absinthe. I found out a lot of crazy stuff on history.
Are you going to end up getting the drippers for it?
No, I've done that. I don't like that. That's not good at all.
I kind of want to get a dripper just to try it. I've got a bottle of the absinthe.
You can do it with a spoon.
Yeah.
You can do it at home without buying the dripper, because the dripper's like $300.
Hey, it's kind of cool.
One time. Yes. One time that becomes art.
True. Man, it's like the bougie cold brew coffee makers that places will have, where
it's a jar with your.
I mean,
it's a jar overnight, guys.
Literally, there are some dripper systems for cold brew where you're talking like
one
drop like every 20 seconds, and it's just slowly dripping through the coffee grounds, and you're like, is that coffee not going stale by the time everything's going through it?
If you have no life, and you want to watch your coffee drip, buy this.
No, you're watching water drip.
Oh,
you're literally watching water drip into coffee grounds. And here's the deal. I don't know that it makes a better cold brew, but it is definitely a very aesthetic way to do it.
Oh, yeah. It's like, if you want to take 14 hours to make your cup of coffee,
why not?
This is your plan right here.
Absolutely. This is the coffee for you.
If you sleep more than 12 hours a day, this is your jam right here.
Dude, in college, I used to make cold brew just in a French press. You just coarse ground coffee.
Cold brew's easy,
throw
man.
Throw it in water, and then you already have that built-in mesh strainer for it. Like, just don't pour it all out. Otherwise, you end up with the sludge.
I made that quite a bit at home, actually. Yeah. I have it's a big ball jar. It's like one of those big, tall ones.
Yeah.
And it's got the strainer that goes inside and the lid that screws on top. And basically, you just put your grains in, water in, you got coffee the next morning.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's what I bought one of those for my sister because I found out that she was buying prepackaged cold brew, and I said,
"It's a waste of money.
You are wasting so much money." She's a
college student too, right?
Oh, she is.
Oh, yeah.
But she just didn't know.
Yeah.
So I bought her one and gave her a bag of coffee, and I said, "Just fill the basket full, fill the water to the top." I said, "Just see what happens. It'll be way better than the prepackaged stuff you buy." And she's like, "Wow, I can't believe I was buying that." Because you're talking like,
oh shoot,
I mean, close to $10 for like
a gallon, maybe.
A gallon,
yeah, if that, half gallon.
Probably a half gallon, honestly. And
it's literally you can buy a bag of coffee for $10. Use it for.
You could buy $20 coffee and still make more than you would have in that half gallon. So this is cold brew. This has been cold brew with Rob and Isaiah.
Nice. By the way, if you didn't know, these are doubles.
Yeah.
So there's 4 ounces of High West double rye in it.
I appreciate that.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it already, which since I haven't eaten for 20 hours.
Dude, I had a bowl of oatmeal this morning.
I love oatmeal, and I don't eat it very much. I don't know what the
You
deal
should
is.
just bring some oats in here, dude.
It'd be easy.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I'll catch it while my pot's still hot, like from the coffee that I made, because I'm a pour over guy. If you didn't know, but
Pour what?
pour over.
Oh,
Yeah, I was sitting
I thought you
there-
said I'm a poor ogre guy.
ogre. I am a pour
Pour
ogre.
ogre.
Yeah, count me as. What would that even mean,
I
Rob?
don't know. I guess Shrek.
Yeah, I'm Coffee Shrek. That's what they call me. Please don't call me that.
Shut up, donkey. Sorry, go ahead. Finish your story, man.
This is rude. Yeah, normally when my water's still hot in the kettle, I'll just pour it over oats and add some honey and like some frozen blueberries to it, and a little bit of salt. Salt your oats. It's a pro move.
Or don't. And be okay with it too.
And be like Rob, who doesn't like
I
flavor.
hate salt.
You
I
don't
love-
hate salt. The difference between your
No.
steak and the one at 1933 is salt.
No,
It is.
I don't do a lot of salt. Now I like it being seasoned when you're cooking with it. Just a little bit. I never add salt to anything though, because if you have to add salt, it was not prepared properly in the first place.
Oh yeah. But I'm preparing oats, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to it.
You do you.
And you do you.
Does it
But
say on
don't
the package add salt?
I actually think it might.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Usually whenever you're boiling water, it always says add a
Yeah.
little salt. But no one gives a crap about this, so quit talking about it. Why are you still talking about this?
This is oatmeal tips with Rob and
Oatmeal
Isaiah.
tips. Because everybody
Hey,
wants
if
to hear
you'd
about
like to
oatmeal.
sponsor our oatmeal, please don't sponsor that. Nobody cares about that.
So,
Okay, I'm plenty
speaking of
in
sponsorship,
Okay.
we've got a company coming on with us here before long, and they're finalizing the deal with us right now to sponsor us. So, and actually we've got 3 in the pipeline, 2 that are going to probably happen quickly, but one is an apparel company,
Yeah.
and we're excited to have them. We'll be wearing their shirts eventually in here on
Absolutely.
that, and
Maybe they could be the designers of the next
they're going to be.
Hawaiian shirt.
Yep. Now it's going to be a little bit more bougie. It's not going to be as
baby.
Hawaiian, but it's definitely going to have
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen those shirts that have like the little logos everywhere. That's kind of what they do, and they do it very well. I mean, their quality is. I've never seen shirt quality better than that for a nice thin summer shirt.
Yeah. Those are like perfect golfing shirts.
They are.
Or
So, yeah.
pool shirts. I'm the type of guy that wears a shirt like that to the pool because,
Yeah.
you know.
You can leave it unbuttoned, buttoned up, wherever you like.
Yeah, not a.
Isaiah showing off that belly out there in the pool, baby.
There is
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of belly to show off.
Of
I'm
course.
telling you. I'm
with
telling you.
I understand, man.
So yeah, you got to have an overshirt. Keep your, keep your shoulders from getting burned while you smoke your
Oh,
cigar
yeah.
outside. Whatever, this and that.
Which still doesn't work because I usually get burnt through my shirt. So you always wear a flowy shirt on the beach because you don't want to wear something hot and black.
Well,
every time I get burnt through my
lately I've
shirts.
been wearing the, and by lately I mean last time I went to Florida. Lately I've been wearing the sun shirts, like the fishing shirts.
Those are awesome.
Those are great.
Those are UV protection. and they're really good for
fantastic. And if you get them wet, they just cool.
Yeah.
they're great.
you. I like those shirts a lot. Actually, I've got a couple of them at home I've used.
I started mowing the lawn in them because I'm so white that I literally will burn mowing the grass, which is embarrassing.
Oh, I do too, man.
Yeah.
My problem is I don't ever turn like dark. I don't get dark complected.
Oh, I don't either.
I darken up a little bit, but I usually go red, peel, white.
White. Yeah. Yeah.
Red, peel, pink, white. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even willing to act like I get tanned.
No.
There was one summer in my
come
life
on.
that I did
Oh,
get
okay.
a mild tan.
Ready to go on a rant? I haven't done a rant yet, have I?
You haven't. This
All right.
is Rob's rant for the.
It's
for
not
the
re- it's
episode.
not really,
Okay,
but-
go for it.
Okay. Why in the hell do we have tanning beds in Indiana? You live in freaking Indiana. You don't deserve to have a bronze tan like you live on the beach. I'm sorry. What the hell?
It's just funny. My littlest sister Lydia, she came home from college last night and was telling me about one of her like blonde friends, and she was telling me all the blonde stories about this girl. And she said, "Well, let me give you a picture: bleach blonde hair, orange skin. She looks like Donald Trump."
That's great.
I was like, so does she go tan in a bed or is she spray on? And she said, "Oh no, she has a monthly membership to the tanning bed."
A monthly membership. You might have a problem if you live in Indiana and have a monthly membership.
But I'll tell you another story about this girl because I thought it was so funny. So she just like, she's one of the, she is the type that just has not experienced much of life. And a lot of that's due to her parental situation growing up. And,
Sure.
But you can still make light of it. She went to Kroger.
Wow, I'm glad I controlled that drink. I'm gonna spit that out.
She went to Kroger a couple weeks ago and then texted in her group chat a picture, and she said,
I went to Kroger and bought a melon.
No. She said, "Wow, they sell asparagus plants here." And what she had taken
was asparagus.
it was Lucky Bamboo.
Asparagus plants.
But Lydia, my youngest sister, showed me this text, and I was dying. Like, nobody in her dorm told this girl it was Lucky Bamboo. They said, "Wow, are you gonna buy that and cook it?"
Oh my gosh. Oh, dude. That girl's got, I mean, honestly, that girl should have that nickname for the rest of her life. There should be something in there. Lucky Bamboo. She's going to start calling you Lucky.
She just has.
Oh, man.
I can't imagine.
An asparagus plant.
Yeah, I know. I was cracking up last night over that.
Oh, my God. That's great.
I have never heard something like that. And I RA'd in college. Like, that was like, it was exactly, you know.
Yeah.
I dealt with a lot of kids. I taught kids how to use self-checkouts. I'm not even joking about that. There was a kid who set the washing machine on fire. The one with water. He set it on fire.
Oh, I love it.
You know, I had some residents that would open their door or open their window, which was like in a giant corridor, which those always end up being a wind tunnel. So imagine like buildings as close together as they are in Chicago, how the wind blows through those. When you open a window, the wind is blowing in.
Yeah.
Like, it's not sucking anything out. They would open their window and rip a bong. And it was like they were surprised that I caught them because their window was open. It's like, no, you pushed all of the smoke into the hallway. Hey.
Oh, kids are brilliant.
You can't fix stupid. We did talk last week about some cigar basics things on here.
Yeah.
So I think we should talk about cutting today.
We need to do that next week when we actually are getting ready to cut.
Okay.
And we'll do I'll get 3 cigars and we'll do all 3 cuts. Punch, straight, and V.
Can we just do all 2 cuts and not do the punch?
Some people like to punch. It's okay.
It's okay. You can be wrong.
Well, and maybe next week what we'll do is we'll do for the one I'm going to punch, I'll do it with the Neanderthal.
Okay.
So people can see why I punch on a Neanderthal. It's a flat top. It's the only way I cut those. That's the only cigar I smoke.
Which I'll straight cut that Neanderthal.
That just gives you like the big old freaking, the whole thing's open at that point for me. And I'm weirded out when it's not the collar.
Gotcha.
I like it below the collar, so that'd
You can shave off a little bit of the end.
Yeah, I mean you can, but it's still that one there goes up almost straight. But we'll show you next week.
Next week we'll do that.
We'll do that
when
for sure.
we remember.
Because we'd like to start putting together a little bit of a 101 thing, and maybe what we do is we'll make sure that the segment sets up to where we're actually doing it, and then we can pull out those snippets for one video for like cut, light, everything
Yeah.
down the road, and we could put something together for people that might be brand new
We
to
could
this.
do a just a full Cigar 101 episode.
Let's do that next week.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that next week. So next week when you tune in, some of you guys that are more experienced.
Which that will be April the 6th or 7th. April 1st is a Saturday, so it would be April 6th.
April 7th will be
7th
when it
is
comes
Saturday.
out.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
April 7th will be when it comes out.
So
that episode, you guys that are seasoned cigar smokers, we will have content to keep you interested.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this
we
will
will.
also be there will also be a lot of generic cigar knowledge in it, and just trying to get everybody on a level playing field.
yeah, because I mean, for those of us that have smoked a lot, it's just second nature how you cut, how you smoke. But I mean, there's times just like this cigar, you probably see me struggling with this thing. I'm over smoking it.
Yeah.
And the thing will not stay lit because I'm over smoking it. And just little things like that to talk about. I know we've had a lot of younger people coming in asking for that. Like, let's just go ahead and do
Let's
that.
do it.
For those of you that already are seasoned smokers, maybe you'll pick something up.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll disagree. If whatever's working for you works for you, that's great. I don't care.
We
But
need to talk about humidor care next week too.
we can do that. Or we can make that the following if we want to. That way we have multiple things in different episodes, so we're not like throwing everything out.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah,
forget, then when the
Let's
next
do
week
that.
we're going, what are we going to do this week?
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I'll buy one of those Claros and we can do stuff on it.
Yeah.
But we haven't really given much tasting notes on this cigar.
No.
So
I mean, on this cigar for me, I'm getting a dark chocolate. A lot of, I'm not saying hay, but it's kind of in that kind of world. I don't know what it would be. I don't know if it's like burnt hay or what, but it's just more of a deeper hay. But I'm not getting much spice at all on this thing.
no, not even on the retro hail.
No.
There is a light tingle, but I wouldn't even call it black pepper on the retro hail. The thing that carries through from the cocktail to the smoke for me is a slight medicinal cherry. It almost reminds me of like
Amaro.
Yeah. Totally. Where it's like, it's not like you're eating a cherry. It's
No.
like something cherry flavor, you know?
Which is wild because there's absolutely no cherry in this.
yeah.
But with that Fernet and the rye whiskey and the bitters and the Angostura bitters for sure.
Yeah.
You're getting that dark note where your brain wants to think of cherry. That's what I'm thinking. But
And it's also bringing a
not
little bit of
sweet.
brightness to the equation because of the slight citrusy component, at least on the nosing experience of the cocktail.
well, and that's one thing I really I've been digging, having a lot of fun with mixology or whatever you want to call it, is the subtleness.
yeah.
Finding the way to make something super subtle, but it's the thing that draws you back to it every time.
Yeah.
Like this one, I'm with you. That orange zest is what I'm drawn to, but it literally was only like on the rim and the zest in the
Just
glass
drop it
poured
in.
over it.
Yeah.
So
Drop
it
the
wasn't like
feeling.
we're squeezing, making orange juice in here.
Yeah.
It's just, I love that subtleness to
I mean,
it.
we're not making punch, we're making cocktails. So,
The adult punch.
yes.
The punch that punches you back.
Jungle juice.
Jungle
No, I'm just
juice.
kidding. Not jungle juice. What did they call that? Bug juice? Do you ever have?
Oh my God, bug juice. That's what the kids always wanted when they
Oh
were kids.
yeah, man.
An absolute freaking scam in a bottle. Water with a little bit of flavor.
so
Call it
much
bug
sugar
juice
though.
and charge
so
a buck
much
for it
sugar
and make
though.
billions of dollars.
Man, there was one
all
time.
sugar.
There was one time we were on the way to. I mean, it's like sugar Kool-Aid, really. Like the
But
most.
very little Kool-Aid. It's like not much flavor.
Yeah.
Just sweet.
There was one time we were on the way to Florida, and my grandma kept buying me bug juice, and I threw up in the back seat of that car, man. It's like a Honda CRV or something.
Well, your mom normally didn't give you guys a bunch of
no, she
sweets.
didn't. No, so when grandma was with us, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy you bug juice." Like I never had bug juice
you're
up
like
until that point.
And as a kid, you're like, hell yeah, mom. Mama, or whatever you call
Yeah,
her.
grandma.
Put a little vodka in there. We're good to go. Vodka bug
I didn't even know
juice.
vodka existed. My parents didn't drink until I was in college, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because
That's when you started, too.
it's true. But that's because they were they served in a lot of ministry roles that didn't allow them to drink, which I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, if any of you guys know my full-time job and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
it's just a difference in churches and all that
We're
stuff.
different denominations
Yeah.
and everything.
So, but yeah, I never saw them drink until college. Oh my gosh, my sister was so flipped out about that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She thought they were going to hell because they had some reds, man. I thought that's funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, the cigar is getting a little bit spicier on the nose because I was about ready to say this is totally wrong. This was maybe a medium at most, but the retrohale is starting to get a little bit of spice on it, a little bit of depth to it.
Yeah.
So I can definitely say this is in that medium to medium full range for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I do like it with this cocktail. I was pretty happy about that. And by the time this is airing, we will have this cocktail on the menu. It's not much different than making an old fashioned, just different ways of doing things. But I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I think it will be good. Other thing we got in this week, I think.
Oh, actually, I have a couple of things coming. Yeah.
So we got in a non-alcoholic
Bourbon replacement.
alternative.
Yep.
So if that interests you, or you are looking for a cocktail experience without the alcohol,
Yeah.
Final Third's got your back.
Yeah, it's called Kentucky 74. One of our regulars, Dave.
Shout out to Dave Belisle.
He does not drink, but he likes the flavor of this Kentucky 74. And we made him an old fashioned, and he was ecstatic. He's like, man, he really loved the fact that he's able to have because his wife has drinks. He just can't drink. Now he can have a cocktail with her, and they can hang out and relax and have a cocktail and a cigar together. And I think that's really cool. So yeah, we have that one.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah. What else we get in?
So we also
couple tequilas.
we got one tequila, I think.
Oh yeah, one's a mezcal.
Comos.
Yeah.
It's a Cristalino, which Cristalino is, so you have Blanco, Reposado, Añejo. Cristalino is Añejo that's been filtered out, so you're back to clear instead of having that nice brown tequila. Super good. You're gonna have to try it in a little while.
Yeah, I will.
But we have that on the menu now. We've got a mezcal. Oh, that's right, mezcal is the other one you were thinking of. Yeah,
another
we have
mezcal.
a mezcal up there. A little bit drier than the Pluma del Negro we have, but it's good.
Yeah.
We've got Dalmore 12, so we have another Scotch up there. It's gonna be more on your fruitier side.
Yeah.
And we have a Calumet 8-year, which is the lower proof version of the Calumet. We've got the 15 and the 8. So it's just a nice, milder bourbon that's really well made.
Yeah.
So yeah. So those are all in. I can't think if there's anything else up there right now. I think that was it.
I don't think so. I think that covered
I think
them all.
that covers them all. And then we also do have a new beer from Pax Verum. It's called Field Days, and it's a Hefeweizen. It's their German Hefeweizen.
I'm excited about trying that.
Yeah, so
I
I've got
love
that one in there.
Hefeweizens. Most of them taste like banana nut bread.
Exactly, and I think that's kind of what they were going with this.
Yeah.
One thing is super exciting to me, and I'm going to shout out another business because of what they're doing, but Pax Verum Brewing over in Lapel, which is who makes
Shout
that
out.
Hefeweizen we just said. They are Cole Carpenter. Shout out. He actually is I'm not going to call him the brewer. He is the brew master. He has taken the craft beer game to another level. Now, so he has created a brand new stout, which if you've ever had their stouts, the Lizarnax, the Expand Your View, a Porter, they're all really good.
Yeah.
He took a stout, a brand new stout that he created, threw it in a Four Roses barrel for 6 months, and then threw that into a Starlight Honey Bourbon barrel for 6 months. And I'm telling you right now, it is the absolute best Imperial Stout I've ever had. Period.
Really?
And I love Founders CBS.
Yeah.
This might be the best I've ever had. 15.8%.
Oh, are we talking bomber bottles, or is this going to be
16, I think 16 ounces or 16.7, something like that. So not quite full bombers, but
You know when it's coming out?
April 29th. It's their anniversary. So this is one of their anniversary releases.
That's so cool.
So I am super
is
stoked
so
to get in that
cool.
one. Now, obviously,
that.
it's not ones I'm going to be selling in here because they need to sell it at their brewery because that's their anniversary. So you would have to go to Lapel to get that. But I am definitely going to be making sure I'm there to get some of that because it's
yeah.
And I don't drink a lot of beer. But when I want a good beer, I want a good beer. And that's a really good beer.
Well, when you go, let me know. I'll
make sure to bring some. Yeah. I'll bring some for you.
Yeah. That's I'm looking forward to that because
As long as I get there and get it in time, because that's the thing. I don't know if it's going to sell out fast or what. I told Colt, I'm like, dude, you need to post this in the Starlight groups because it'll be gone the first hour if you post it in the Starlight groups. And he's like, really? I'm like, no, seriously,
Dead
man. I'm not
serious.
joking. They will hunt this stuff down.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great. So I really hope we get some.
That's cool. That's gonna be a good one for sure.
Yeah.
So he went from Four Roses barrels to
Two Starlight. So he has his
That's
first
cool.
variant is only in Four Roses barrels, which was really good. I think he said like 13.8 or 14 something. But the transition to that Starlight Honey barrel, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
It was freaking amazing.
oh yeah.
Which any of you guys that have had Starlight Honey Bourbon or Honey Rye, it's one of their best finishes they do. It's really, really good.
They do it really well, and it's all honey from the Starlight Farm because they are a fully functioning farm.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're going to Costco buying a bunch of honey and
Nope.
filling a barrel with it.
Yep.
It is their honey from bees that are kept around their corn, around their rye, around their blackberries.
Yeah, which, and that comes back to another thing too. You were kind of joking around about the fact that you hate that apple cider whiskey. We don't like flavored whiskeys, but Starlight does a blackberry whiskey where they're using the blackberries from their farm in their whiskey. It's still sitting at 84 proof.
It's so good.
and it is literally
really good.
it's a blackberry liqueur at 85 proof or 84 proof.
Yeah, but
But you
thing
still
that
get the
sets it
bourbon
apart
out of
for
it.
me is that it doesn't drink thick.
No,
Like a lot
it's
of
not
liqueurs
soft. It's
drink,
not- yeah,
drink kind of thick.
more like a syrup.
Yeah, they are a little bit syrupy. The Starlight Blackberry is not syrupy, and it's not syrupy sweet. Mix that with lemonade, mix that with tea, like
Yeah, I mean,
You're gonna be-
we've done
there's
pours
a lot
over
of-
ice for people.
Yeah.
Lisa makes an blackberry amaretto sour that she uses half of that and half amaretto. People love that. It's just a really good flavored whiskey.
it is.
It's not your Fireball.
It's high quality flavored whiskey.
Yes.
So they start with a light whiskey, which is a corn whiskey at a really high proof, and then they cut it with their blackberries.
Well, what they do is they get a barrel of Fireball, and then they take the Fireball and they strain it out and get rid of the heads and tails, which Fireball is pretty much heads and tails anyway.
Fireball. I mean, it can't be heads. It is
It
tails.
probably
though.
is. It's pretty nasty and poisonous.
It can't be heads.
So
you can't
they
sell
take all that
heads.
together, and then they bring it over here and they do their instrumentation on it to figure out what the proof is. And then they dump it down the drain, throw the barrel away. Then they grab their whiskey,
Yeah.
and then they put blackberries in it, and it turns out great.
It's a terrible story, Rob.
Sorry. Yeah.
God awful.
Yeah. Fireball should be thrown down the drain. Scott Johnston, no more Fireball.
Yeah. So
My God.
Scott Johnson, I'm not even.
We're not even going to shout him
not
out
shouting
for
you out
Fireball.
for this.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Scott Johnson keeps a bottle of Fireball in his freezer because he hates his life.
Yes.
That
Whenever,
dude has so many actually good bottles, and there's still a bottle of Fireball in his freezer.
I think he's got a case in the garage, so that way, whenever he replaces it every week, he can throw another bottle in there every
Yeah.
week. think he
heard
drinks that much
mixes
Fireball.
Fireball with his coffee.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
I mean, it's easy to
and
sneak it
cream
in your
and
coffee
Fireball.
cup into into your work. No
Oh
one knows.
yeah, Lily, check his coffee cup.
He just screwed poor Scott. Scott's gonna go, damn it, no, I can't take
Scott
drinks
doesn't
into
even-
work.
Scott doesn't even drink coffee, so that joke doesn't even
No.
land for him. But
His coffee mug says this probably contains bourbon.
no, he'll drink tea. I think he's a tea guy.
Which I love tea. I like coffee too, though.
Yeah, but coffee will get you going quicker.
Coffee gets you going much faster. Yes.
Yeah, kind of lame. But I'm in the final third of this cigar. I'm
Final
actually
Third Cigar
about
Whiskey
ready.
Lounge.
It's finalthirdcigar.com. I'm about ready to actually
We can call
put
it-
down.
yeah, we can call it here in a
So
minute. Yeah.
still that dark chocolate notes carrying through for me. That almost medicinal cherry thing is hanging on the palate from the cocktail. And even as the cocktail's diluted, it's still been really good. It's
That
not,
Fernet really comes through.
yeah, it
I
does.
think, yeah.
It's not like it doesn't taste like it's been watered down.
Right.
It's actually stayed pretty true, which
Yeah.
means it's a great cocktail.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice one to add in here. I like it because I don't like the flavor of vermouth. I know
Yeah.
you do. I know you're a
do.
Manhattan guy.
I do. Yeah, I love Manhattan.
So trying to find, I mean, it's really hard to make a cocktail when you hate the flavor of it.
Yeah.
So this is actually one that I love Fernet. If you don't know what Fernet is, it's just basically an herbal liqueur. Literally put Fernet and absinthe together, and you have what Jägermeister should have been.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it? Did I give you that before?
I've never had Jaeger, but I have had your absinthe and
It's so good. But you're right. We need to try that with a little bit of absinthe on top of it, see what it does.
definitely. Well,
All right, cool.
I mean, I never partied like that in college. I just
No.
drank bourbon in college.
I love the taste. I used to love the taste of Jaeger,
Yeah.
but it's not good for you. It's
Well-
just regret.
I used to go, well, when I was doing a lot of motorcycle stuff, there was a couple events that Jaeger and Red Bull would sponsor.
Oh yeah, let's do some Jaeger bombs and let's get the heart rate going up and down right at the same
I
time.
used to run around and get a bunch of free Red Bulls, stock the fridge, everything, and like people just handing out Jaeger, and crazy to me how much Jaeger people could drink.
Oh, my God.
But I never did.
Okay, so I am going to let you down a little bit.
Okay.
There's no more Dorian Espresso Stout. I can't get cans of it in here now. We've been trying to get it in here, and there's no more cans right now. I don't know if
Scarlet
we're-
Lane, I'm putting you on blast.
Do it.
That's
do
some
it.
BS.
Come on, Josh.
You always act like, oh yeah, just place an order. You know what? We placed an order, baby. I feel
I hope
like
it's coming back because that.
I feel like
need
your
that
response is rude. Have you not tried this batch of Dorian Espresso?
tried it yet,
I still
no.
have one can. I'll bring it in.
Nah, you finish it. You enjoy it because unless you want to enjoy it here and I get a little bit, I don't need a lot.
Okay.
I don't drink much.
I've got a couple stouts in the fridge right now. Actually, when I was up at Total Wine last week, I found Teddy Bear Kisses, which is like a limited.
Metazoa.
No, it's Upland, I think.
I thought Teddy Bear Kisses was. Oh no. Are you sure?
I don't know.
All
I'll
right.
look it up. Fact
I'll
check
look it up. You do your thing.
Okay. But I was actually surprised to find it because the local stores around me, it sells out really quick. But yeah, they had it, and I was very excited about that because it's a great stout.
Yeah, you're right.
Upland?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. I'm trying to think of what the one Metazoa had. They had one similar to that,
I don't know.
which I like Metazoa as well.
Yeah. Upland's is it Upland? Who makes the Working Man's Pilsner? Oh, it's Fountain Square.
That's Fountain Square. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think they went out of business, didn't they?
Did they?
I thought I heard
That's
someone said they went out of
sad,
business,
man.
which was very sad.
That Working Man's Pilsner is just a really clean drinking Pilsner.
I was trying to find what some of their beers were. Metazoa They're downtown Indy. If you haven't been there,
Oh, dude, Google still says Fountain Square's open.
are they okay?
Yeah, I would hope they wouldn't have gone out of business.
There were a couple of businesses that went out of business down in Fountain Square, and I was thinking someone said that was.
I wonder-
No, it was New Day Meadery. That's what it was.
Oh, well,
I think they went out of business during COVID.
I don't want to say they deserve that, but their meads were subpar.
Their regular everyday meads were subpar. When they did the special releases at actual higher ABV,
Yeah.
they were actually really good.
They made
but they
really-
watered it down.
They
too
made
much.
really sweet meads.
They did, yeah.
And it's not my jam. Sorry.
My favorite mead still to this day was from a brewery out in Richmond called Big Dog Brewing. And they
Okay.
had a winery there as well, which to make mead in Indiana, at
You have
least,
to have a
you have
wine.
to have a wine and a beer license.
Well,
you can't
because
do one because there's two processes.
The gravity
there.
of the mead has to
Yep.
be that high.
So we so I had theirs. It was 20% ABV, and it was just a straight honey mead, no flavor added, straight honey mead. And so I did a flight of their beers and one of those. And I'm like, oh, that was fantastic. I'm just going to go ahead and get a pour of that. I'm thinking they're going to do little like 4 6-ounce pours because it's so high proof. No, 16 freaking ounces of it. I'm like,
Oh.
so I'm ordering a lot of food, trying to get sober so I can drive home. But it was incredible.
That's rough.
Still the best meat I've ever had.
That's what I should do. I still have your brewing equipment and haven't done anything
Make
with
some
it.
mead,
I
yeah.
should make a mead.
Mead's not hard.
That
I
would
mean-
be a lot easier than trying to make a beer because
The hardest thing about
Lord knows
mead,
my days have been eaten up lately.
yeah, and the hardest thing about meat is the cost for all the honey. But we do have a local farmer in Nicetown that we use for it.
Okay.
So if you decide to do that, we'll have to play around with that.
I have to
Also
see.
thinking about making some limoncello and bringing it in. I've got all the stuff at home to do it. Just
No,
to
you're
buy
not.
lemons.
You're not bringing it in. You're
Well-
making it here.
Oh, well,
On
yeah, that's
premise,
what I mean.
yeah.
I'm gonna probably age it. Well, I guess it could age it here. That's fine. But yeah, exactly. Yes. Super fun to make. Super tasty.
Yeah. I think on that note, we're probably ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, man.
Honestly, the Juarez is a fantastic cigar at its price. This is my lawn mowing cigar. It's a cigar I can take to a campfire, have no issues about handing more out just because
Yeah.
of its price point. And I have no issues about smoking it. There's a lot of lower end cigars, as far as price point, that you're kind of disappointed when you smoke.
Yeah.
I have no reservations about the Juarez. I just think flavor is there enough to keep you interested. It always gives me a great smoking experience. It's not going to blow your mind, I don't think, but it is
No.
a really good smoke at its price point.
Yeah, and for me, this is kind of what brings back the whole idea of a final third. The final third in this thing's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's the best part of the cigar. That first third is, you're just kind of gearing up, getting ready. Second third starts opening up a little bit more, flavors pop. That final third, you're getting that spice level back in the nose. It's really pairing nicely with the cocktail right now too.
But
so.
it's $7.59 each.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have no problems giving that.
Probably
to
need to check
some-
out. I don't know if I've updated pricing this year yet. We'll see.
I don't know.
It's in that $7 range, though.
It is. I have no problems giving them out to people when they
So,
come over.
This pairing, when you get it done, is going to be way under $20. It's probably going to be in that $15 to $17 range
Yeah.
for this pairing.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of our lowest pairings other than a soda that we've had yet.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one that I think you're going to enjoy. We'll
I think
have
so.
these out here. We'll have this cocktail available starting this week, which is before you hear this, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, man.
You can find me on Instagram at the Whiskey Pastor.
And you can find me on Instagram at the Final Third at Final Third Cigar, and also the website finalthirdcigar.com. You can check out what's going on there. Get in here, get on our email list. When you check out here, we can add your email in here. Basically, we just send you out information about what's coming up, what's new, and we only send an email out once a week unless there's like a an alert that something got canceled or whatever, we'll send that out. But otherwise, it's just communicating with you guys so you know what's going on here.
Cheers to you. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube page. There's actually like 60% of people who are watching this aren't subscribed right now. So subscribe. It helps the channel out.
It really does.
We love you. Thanks for letting us do this. And, you know, cheers to you.
Cheers to you. Have a good day, guys. See ya.